We're going to go now to a developing story. This morning, Maryland Congressman Glenn Ivey is back from El Salvador. The congressman says that he was not able to visit his constituent, Kilmar Abrego Garcia. The Trump administration mistakenly deported Abrego Garcia earlier this year, and since then, it has been a story we have continually followed. News 4's Juliana Valencia was there for the congressman's return.
When Congressman Glenn Ivey arrived to Dulles this morning, he expressed feelings of disappointment and anger over being denied a meeting with his constituent, Kilmar Abrego Garcia.
They knew we were coming, and they knew why we were coming. And then when we actually got to the jail, they said something about going to get a permit. Ridiculous that an international delegation would get that kind of treatment.
A visit to check on Kilmar Abrego Garcia, a father of 3 with legal status and no criminal record in the U.S., deported to El Salvador in March.
We believe he's at Santa Ana, but they didn't even confirm that yesterday.
These are the most recent images of Abrego Garcia when he met with Senator Chris Van Hollen about 5 weeks ago. Congressman Ivey explained Senator Van Hollen had congressional authorization. Ivey says House leadership wouldn't approve his trip.
Congressional House leadership had agreed to that. It would have given us a better chance to get to see him.
Trump administration officials claim Abrego Garcia was deported based on a 2019 accusation from Maryland police that he was an MS-13 gang member. Abrego Garcia denied the allegation and was never charged with a crime, according to his attorneys. Congressman Ivey said he did not use tax dollars for this trip, stressing this case is not just about Kilmar, but all the men sent to El Salvador without due process. A Cato Institute report reveals at least 50 of the men deported had some sort of legal status in the U.S.
The deportations, I get the point, we want to make sure that people who aren't supposed to be here are sent back to where they should go, but that's a little bit different than sending them to some of the toughest jails in the Western Hemisphere for indefinite detention with no criminal charges pending.
Ivey also pointed out that Americans still don't know how much detaining these men is costing them.
Congress controls the purse. We've got the power of the purse under the Constitution. We have an absolute, not just a right, but an obligation to make sure that the American taxpayer dollars are being spent in the right way. And we can't do that until we get the information.
As far as when Abrego Garcia will return to the U.S., that's unclear. In a Maryland federal court hearing earlier this month, attorneys for the Trump administration argued that information about facilitating his return should be withheld because that information is considered state secrets. Outside the Dulles International Airport, Juliana Valencia, News 4.